Hey everybody, Wild Bill coming to you here with another episode of For Reals. Out there catching real things that happen in the real world. Hey, most of it's caught on tape, some of it's not. And I got a little special thing for you tonight. Personal story. Check it out. Now, as I said, there's a lot of things that happen out there for real that maybe we didn't have the opportunity to get our camera out and start recording. So some things that happen, some of the funniest things that happen, might happen to our own selves. I'll give you a little prelude. Now, this part's not funny. I am in remission with cancer, gallbladder cancer. I've had 5 surgeries. Another story. At any rate, there was a time here not too long ago that I had to carry this pump with me every time that I got done with the infusion for the day. Every 2 weeks, I'd take this pump for 2 days, and it would go through a port, and it would pump into me 24 hours for that next 48 hours. So to stay on the healthy side, I would go out and I would walk the neighborhood and I would take a little jog. Well, this particular day, my grandsons wanted to go out and they wanted to take the dog with. And I said, okay, let's go, let's do it. So we go out and we take a nice little leisurely walk with the dog. Now, the dog is not huge, Now, mind you, as I said, you're not anticipating anything's going to happen, so, we're not videotaping. I don't have a Go Cam on me all the time. So I'm going to try some visual aids to help us out and see if we can visualize what has transpired this day. Okay, now this is just a visual aid. This is not my dog, nor are those my grandchildren. Now, as I said before, I agree with Steven Tyler, and I believe there's something wrong in the world today. Obviously. As we're about 3 blocks from the home, the grandson allows the dog to extend her leash, and then she wanders off into these people's yard. Now, once again, this is not my dog, nor is this the grass in which she was upon. Their front yard, mind you, which there are no posted signs. At which time, this lady hollers from the window, "Get your dog off my grass!" Which my grandson immediately began to do as we continued to proceed forward. Now, mind you, the whole time we had no idea that there was the grass patrol out there. And shoot, they're actually recruiting for people, so I guess she's applying for the job. At which point the woman hollers again, "I just put fertilizer on there. Do you want your dog to get sick? Get her off of my grass." To which I then responded, "That's exactly what we're doing. Come on, son, let's get her gone," is what I say to my grandson. "Come on, let's go. As we commence now, as we're heading down the street, all of a sudden, we hear this noise. So I turn around, and I'm like, what? And I'll be damned. The grass patrol has now unleashed Brutus, who happens to be the keeper of the grass. Now, Brutus was about, 3 inches shorter than I was. He's probably about 30 pounds heavier. He's a Brutus-looking kind of guy. And he had me about 20 years. He was 20 years younger than I was. So Brutus now commences to hollering, and he says to me, "Get your dog off my grass." To which I now reply, "That's exactly what we're doing." And I say to my grandchildren, Lordy, let's go, let's move, let's keep it. We are now about 2 houses away from the keeper of the grass. He hollers again, "And don't you talk to my wife like that." Now that kind of struck my nerve. So I holler back, "I will talk to your wife the way I talk to you." Now, let me see if I can get this right. Let me see if I can get this right. He says to me, "You want me to come down there and pounce on you?" Pounce on me. Now, I'll tell you, I've been on there for a little while, and that is the first time that I have ever had anybody make such a claim to me. Now, I remember when I was younger, I would say to somebody, "You feeling froggy? Jump on my lily pad." Now, I don't know if I'm going to jump on the cat perch. I don't know if the cat perch is going to jump on me. But my first thought, my first inkling in my mind was, no. No, you're not. Now, somehow we went from Brutus, who's gonna eat, maybe he didn't eat enough spinach, to now all of a sudden we're Felix the frickin' cat, and somehow you're now gonna come down there and you are going to pounce on me. Now, mind you, he has not come down the sidewalk. Now, I haven't gone up the sidewalk, so I now holler back to him. "I don't think that's a good idea." To which he replies, "You don't think?" Oh my, how this is so escalated. So I'm pretty quick-witted, and I holler back to him, "No, I don't think." Now, once I had said this, I knew it was getting ready to escalate very rapidly. So I have moved my pump over, so I am now mentally prepared for what is about to transpire. As I look up the sidewalk, Brutus, Felix, has now headed for the door. Back to his home. Now, I did not chase him back to from whence he came. Absolutely not. I was thinking I was going to have to revert back to my Wild Bill day. "I come to you with only karate, empty hands. I have no weapons. But should I be forced to defend myself, my principles, or my honor? Should it be a matter of life or death, right or wrong, then here are my weapons. Karate, my empty hands." Yeah. No, see, I was okay with that because I didn't arrange for any of this. I think what I'm going to do, seeing as how I had to put together some stuff because I didn't have the Go Cam, is that I'm just going to have to either get a Go Cam or I'm just going to have to just not walk down the streets anymore. I don't know. I mean, that is some crazy funny shit. I mean, the grass patrol and the keeper of the grass, they could be out there at any time. And if they're out there lurking to make sure no blades of grass on their lawn has been bent over and the fertilizer has not been eaten or, spread out somewhere else other than the grass, it could not be, it wouldn't be healthy for me to be walking anymore. It wouldn't be healthy for Felix. I assure you that. Attacking us, an elderly guy with 2 grandchildren and a little dog, and no. Tell you that I went into the house to go get him and say, "Hey, dude, we got some unfinished business." No, I was like, "Hey, you count your blessings, get on down the road." We really didn't need all this. It didn't need to get to that point, Felix. It really didn't. I mean, we were not up there stealing your pesticide. We were not eating your grass. If anything, your pesticides have probably given me the cancer that I have to be treated for. And that's why I'm having this pump. I mean, do you want to go down that road, Felix? Oh my, there's something wrong in the world today. Thank goodness it didn't escalate because I knew, my grandson says to me as we continue to walk, "Papa, what would have happened if that guy would have came down?" It would have got for reals. I said, well, this would have been the only time in my presence I would have allowed you to use the curse words. Now, because I know you, both of them, 6 and 9 or 7 and 9, they were at the time. I said, when you get, to adult, there's words reserved over there in adulthood that you can actually use those words. But if something were to have escalated today, there's only this one time I would allow you to use it in my presence. Now, when you get to be 14 or 16, I think probably, hell, shit, damn, and piss is okay. Hell, maybe you can throw in a little titty, whatever. But today, if it would have escalated, because he would have come down here, and I would have handed you my cell phone, and I would have told you to call 911. And as you're calling 911, the dispatcher's going to ask you, what's the emergency? And you're going to say, this man came out of his house and attacked my pawpaw. And then they're going to say, oh my God, are you in a safe place? And you're going to say, yeah, my pawpaw kicked his fucking ass.
And while Felix is laying there with his head up against the curb, waiting for the police to arrive so he can be escorted to the little pokey, he's going to be thinking to himself, man, should I just stayed inside and had another can of spinach? Maybe I shouldn't have been listening to the grass patrol. Maybe just those little speckles would have been okay and I could have just left it alone. Maybe he got lucky and he didn't end up like this guy right here. You never know about them older fellas. They've been around for a long time for a reason.
Now, thank goodness that didn't get out of hand, and it didn't have to revert to that. But my golly, there is something wrong. I mean, here, you were going to take advantage of an elderly guy, 2 little grandchildren, and a little dog because they bent some blades of grass. I don't think it had anything to do with pesticide there, Miss Grass Patrol or Mr. Keeper of the Grass. I don't think it had anything to do with that. But hey, those are real things. Now, didn't happen to have a camera on there, because it might have really got hilarious if we would have had a real camera on it. Some of the funniest things in life, they happen to us for real. They happen to us unedited, unexpected, sometimes just totally uncalled for. And it's good that we can look back on some of that and we can laugh at it now, because sometimes when it's happening, it ain't that funny at the time. Go ahead and take a moment, click on that little subscribe button there, share the link, send it, share it if you liked it. If you didn't like it, just get it. Let the web do its thing. Just like I said, don't get tangled up in it, but because you'll poke the web, or I don't know where all the spiders are, but I'm just talking about the web. Don't mess with the spiders. So until the next time, keep it rocking, keep it real. Peace out.